Hello, everybody. I am so excited by this. It's unbelievable. I am the ripe old age of 69 years old, so I'm probably the elder statesman. But I am telling you, when I heard about this, I was literally overwhelmed because the world needs it so bad. And so I started looking around at everybody's resumes, and I realized I had nothing intellectually in common with anybody on this panel. And my resume is, I guess I can tell you that I have a doctorate in drunk. I've been sober for 31 years. I'm a daily AA guy. And I was literally born again 31 years ago because I was chasing that elusive dollar. I was chasing everything except the right things. I was climbing that ladder. I got to the top. I looked out across the world at the destruction I'd caused, and I realized I was indeed at the top of the ladder, but I was leaned against the wrong wall, and I had to climb all the way back down and start over again. And it has been the most glorious experience of my life. And she hit the nail on the head when she talked about just the way this thing evolves, because what I was going to talk about isn't what I was going to talk about now. Because just through her introduction and listening to Viola and listening to Rick and what he said, and I wore my mask incidentally here, I wore it because out of respect for the world and how scary a time it is and how we all have to do our part to do everything we can to stop the insanity and bring it inward to love and to kindness and get off the news and get off all the bad. And like I said, I go to an AA meeting every day, and the cross section of people in that room is from every economic strata, everything, every color, race, religion, creed, sexual orientation goes in those rooms for 1 hour a day with no leader, just everybody trying to stay sober. But all they do is exactly what my life is all about. And that is love like crazy, then love more. And this t-shirt, God is so great, because this was in the laundry. And if I would have gone first or second, I wouldn't have been able to wear this shirt, and I would have had to wear that tacky old black shirt. But I got to wear this one, which says, fire your brain, hire your heart. And that's how I live my life. And so it is that every day. I have got to get out of here and into here and have everything generate from here. And you are correct, Rick. You are correct, 1,000%, Vikki. I never say no, because that little pie out there, what Tom Chenault knows is so small. The next slice, what Tom Chenault knows he doesn't know is so small. And the rest of the universe that God's got is what absolutely all the beauty comes from. So I literally never say no. And it's my motto. It's my absolute mandate. And love like crazy, then love more. And I just look for what shows up where I can make a difference. And it's always a big surprise. It's always glorious. And it's always better than that little manipulation and that little minuscule living. It's just unbelievable. And I used to have a lot of money. I haven't got a lot of money now, but I've got riches far beyond that called relationships. And I was doing pretty well at that, except for the last 120 days. And all of a sudden, here came COVID, and I got locked in at my age into my house. And I had to start doing AA meetings online. I had to start doing business meetings online. And I started realizing that my relationships were with human beings, yet lots of them weren't anywhere near as deep as I wanted them to be. And what this whole thing has done, it's given me the ability to actually look inward and become a better person and become a better human being. And I am telling you, I'm falling in love with my friends, my family, my relationships. My little girl, she came to me and said, Dad, I want to talk to you, man. And I go, what's that? She goes, I think you're a little bit of a sexist, and I think you're a little bit of a racist, and I don't think you know it. And instead of being so busy that I couldn't hear that, like Rick said he wanted his life to look at, I got to look at those microaggressions that Tom Chenault has lived with all his life as a result of society around him. And I got to stop that. And I got to look inward and say, you know what, who I am is that, but that's not who I want to be. I want to give all that up, and I want to embrace everybody that I can at a God level, at a God of their understanding level. where there's no separation, there's just unity. And I'm just trying like crazy to expand my network, to love like crazy, then love more, and get into people's hearts. We're all scared to death. We're petrified and we're lonely. And I recognize that. And now I've just kind of committed my life into getting that changed around a little bit, where all of a sudden I'm going to be a better person, and I'm going to look at you with empathy. I'm going to try to understand your circumstance. I'm going to write down what my whole goal now is interviewing people all the time. That's all I do. And then I document the conversation really, really well. And then I follow up and I follow up. And what Vikki said at the very beginning of the conversation, she had a profound conversation with J.W. Wilson. All of a sudden, they really liked each other because he called her that unicorn. And at the end of the day, 8 months later, it turned into an absolute beautiful, beautiful relationship that ended up me getting into this club because God's got this. And I couldn't have manipulated what that was in a million years. I couldn't have done it. There is no way I could have been on here doing this myself. But standing back, staying out of my own way, and letting God drive the bus has absolutely been the answer. And Michael Singer says, you can wear yourself out struggling with the experience of a single event or a single thought or emotion. Eventually, we see that the resistance is a tremendous waste of energy. And I was wasting all that energy on everything I couldn't control at all. And today I don't live there. I live in what God's got going on for me. It seems crazy every day what's put in front of me, but I just go do it. And I sleep with my head on the pillow knowing that this guy, 69 years old, is finally relevant. He's finally got a legacy, which is to make other people's lives better, get out of my agenda into theirs, and love like crazy, then love more. So it was my honor at a major level getting to be on here today, but even more beautiful was going back and watching everybody else's interviews before. Amazing. Thank you very much.